Hello, MJ traders and investors. It's Rod with Powell Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for MJ Sector review. Today's review for Monday, May 31st. It's the last day of the month. I hope you had a great day today and Memorial Day for those of you in the States. In today's video, we're going to be discussing 48 North's earnings that just came out today. And we'll look at that in detail here in just a moment. And we'll look at some news and events before looking at some charts as well in both the Canadian and US MJ sectors. Didn't do the broader market video today as the markets were closed in the US, so not really much to report there. So before we jump into today's video, I do want to do a quick introduction. Powell Group has partnered with the HEXO Plus Investors Group on Facebook, so I just want to give a quick shout out before we start today's video. In this short video, I just want to come on here and just do a quick shout out. I have partnered with the HEXO Plus Investors Group on Facebook, and they are now growing at an exponential rate and they're looking to expand. So as part of that expansion plan, we've since partnered. So Powell Group has partnered with HEXO Plus Investors Group. It's a group that I am a part of as well. I highly encourage you to go check it out. Just as a heads up before you do join though, there will be absolutely no bashing of any kind. This is a positive group that is filled with highly intelligent and sophisticated investors. So please be respectful if you do get accepted to join the group. This group is obviously 100% free as long as you have a Facebook account. So what do you have to lose? Also, consider checking out pursuitofwealthgroup.com or powgroup.ca. We have a 1-week free trial and you can learn more about Powell Group on our website. So with that, thanks so much for tuning into this quick HEXO Plus Investors Group introduction video, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, so jumping into today's content, 48 North announces a revenue growth of 94% for Q3 2021. And we came in at $5.2 billion in quarterly revenue. This was a decline from the previous period at $7.61 million and $7.66 million the prior quarter, and the record $8.72 million a few quarters ago. But we are seeing a decline there, but not a whole lot of concern, as that has been the trend with most of the LPs and the peers as of late. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see how HEXO does here in a couple of weeks. We'll want to see official confirmation, but the tentative date is June 17th. So very similar to HEXO though, 94% year over year increase over the third quarter 2020 of revenues of $2.6 million. Adjusted EBITDA loss for the quarter was $7.7 million compared to a total loss of $6 million in Q3 2020. And I believe it was negative, TradingView has it here, negative 0.07 on the EPS. And taking a look, company launched 7 new SKUs and they basically said that was the reason for their year-over-year growth was the launch of new products into the market, and obviously entered into that definitive agreement with HEXO and being bought out for approximately $50 million on an enterprise value basis. And just want to say shout out to Matthew in the HEXO Investors Plus group. He actually shared this morning, or I guess it was Carl, sorry, and Matthew commented on that, but he said 50 million in assets. Think HEXO still paid too much. So essentially Trent will probably be able to fix that money management issue, but you can see here their total assets are totaling 49.8 million. So assets of 50 million, and they bought the company for 50 million. So let me know in the comments below, but I think they got a pretty good deal. Let me know if you think they got a good deal on that. So moving on, 48. They also had a conference call this morning as well, but it was pretty dull. There wasn't a whole lot. I think it was about 10 minutes, so it was short and sweet, but there was a period where they gave time for some questions and answers, and there literally wasn't a single question. So not surprising that HEXO's buying them, as they're not getting a whole lot of excitement or just third-party coverage. So it's very easy to be forgotten about in this market and in this environment, and so competitive at the moment. So it's definitely, in my opinion, it definitely needs some consolidation. So taking a look at the North chart, we are still bouncing on the daily. We do need to be cautious here though, as we are approaching some major resistances. So we have resistance on the daily here at 18.5 cents. We got above it at 19 cents, but we failed to close above 18.5. We closed right on it. So we'll want to see continuation tomorrow. And once we lose the low of the previous day, the daily candle, the daily consolidation will be underway. But at this point, we need to lose the low of the day tomorrow at 18 cents. If we do, we're likely heading down here to the EMAs around 16 cents, but we still could see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross, which would mean that there would be more upside to be had. But again, right at resistance, we also have the 10-week moving average support at 17 cents. The stochastic is bullish now as well, and the MACD is getting very close to a bull cross, but yet to see it. And we also have the 50 weekly moving average there at 19 cents, so that has been acting as resistance. Another confluence, more confluence in that 19-cent range. And also the 200-day moving average is at 19 cents. So a lot of resistance there. 19 cents is going to be the level to get over. And then we have the weekly VWAP up at 21 cents as well. So if we do break 19 from here, we also have resistance at 20.5 cents. So 19 and 21 are going to be the key resistances to get over here. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw, top out here around 20 cents and then come down, form a daily higher low, and look to just see some healthy consolidation on this pullback. As we know, the more we run, the more we're likely going to pull back. So if we can see that stair stepping and higher low and nice pullback to the EMA, I think that would be potentially in the cards here the next couple of days. So obviously we are bullish on the weekly time frame. Let's take a look at the weekly trend. So we have support there at 14 cents. And I actually entered a position on North back here on that double bottom. So we had support at 14 cents. I think I filled at 15 cents. And here we go. Nice double bottom. Congrats to the bulls who took that double bottom entry. And on the weekly, we also are rejecting here at the EMA 12. And if we we will want to close above it this week. So if we can close above EMA 26 at 19 cents, again, another level of resistance in the 19-cent range. So it's going to be 19 and 21 to get over. So moving on, the monthly chart. So we're struggling with the EMAs, and if we can get over the resistance here at 42 cents, we've got a lack of resistance here until 98 and then 169. But essentially just not really expecting North or Zenabis to do much today in terms of action. I think they're just going to be tracking HEXO for the most part and the rest of the sector. But Zenabis, basically the discount was back to zero versus owning Zenabis over HEXO. So I know a couple people in our group, I know Patrick was taking advantage of that and selling back into his HEXO shares today from Zena because of that discount no longer there. So taking a look at the bull and bear list on the day today, we had Labs, XLY, and TGOD on the bull list. So CanTrust, Cron, but this is delayed because of the holiday. So yeah, I basically track everything in the US ticker. So a lot of these names haven't traded, or if they did, it was on the Canadian ticker, and I don't have them on this watch list. So we'll just skip that for today, but just taking a look at HEXO today on the Canadian side. So we did hit 913. We hit a high here of 910. And like I said last week, it was entirely possible that we could see daily consolidation. We didn't lose the low of on Friday today. So we are holding that pattern. But if we lose the low of the day today, tomorrow, then daily consolidation will be underway. So the level to lose is 838. If we lose 838, then we're likely heading to this gap fill here at 790. So moving on to the US space, again, not a whole lot to report out there today, but CWeb, AYR, Ian, we're all down today. CWeb had a nice day on Friday, and again, after this massive move here from 385, and we haven't consolidated on the daily time frame now in 11 trading days, so we know that daily consolidation is due. Also, SPY is not really set up the best at the moment either. We're due for a daily higher low as well. So if we do see the low of Friday lost tomorrow, the level to lose is 419.79. So if we lose that low, then that's going to increase the odds that we see daily consolidation in the MJ space as well, and a lot of those individual names. So CWeb support at 541. If we lose 541 tomorrow, then daily consolidation will be underway, and we're likely looking for a higher low here around $5. All right, so BAM had a nice close to the end of the day as we wrap it up here and close at the high of the day. We have a lack of resistance really on the daily up until 65 cents, but we do have EMA 26 there to get over as well, and that's at 50 cents, and 50 cents psychological should provide some decent resistance. So we'll look to set the potential top here, and once we lose the hourly uptrend, that is going to indicate the top of the daily bounce once the daily bounce gets underway. All right, going to end it there. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth for an MJ Sector review, and we'll see you tomorrow after market close.